Flirting. It might seem like a mysterious art form or just a bunch of awkward giggles and glances, but believe it or not, there's real science behind it. If you've ever felt lost in the complex world of dating, you're not alone. One thing's for sure: cheesy pickup lines rarely make the cut. Instead, attraction is often a subtle dance of signals, many of them unconscious. Whether you're looking for love or just testing the waters, understanding what works can help. Research has uncovered several flirting techniques that are not only effective, but rooted in psychology. Flirting isn't just social, it's evolutionary. It's one of nature's oldest tactics to spark connection and signal compatibility. So, instead of guessing your way through a conversation, why not lean into what science says actually works? Here are 10 psychology-backed flirting strategies that might just give you the edge. Let's dive in and decode the psychology of attraction. You may be surprised at how small actions can lead to big chemistry. Number 1. Touch them subtly. Physical touch is one of the most powerful, yet risky, tools in flirting. When done correctly, it builds trust and increases attraction almost instantly. Studies show that even light, brief touches, like on the forearm or shoulder, can spark romantic interest. In Dr. Moore's nightclub study, men who gently touched a woman's arm before asking her to dance were far more likely to get a yes. Touch communicates dominance, interest, and comfort all at once. It also creates a physical memory, something the brain latches onto. But the key here is subtlety and respect. Unwanted or too early touch can backfire and feel invasive. Instead, look for natural, socially acceptable moments, like brushing hands or guiding someone through a door. If they respond positively or mirror the contact, it's a green light. But if they pull away or seem uncomfortable, stop immediately. Touch is intimate because it crosses personal boundaries in a nonverbal way. Used wisely, it can say more than words ever could. Just remember, respect comes first, always. Number 2. Confidence is key. Confidence is the universal magnet. It draws people in regardless of looks, status, or charm. Monica Moore's study found that in real-life settings like bars and malls, people were more likely to approach those who acted confident, not necessarily those who were most attractive. This means posture, facial expressions, and energy can make or break first impressions. Confidence suggests stability, strength, and self-respect, traits people instinctively look for in a partner. It also signals comfort in your own skin, which is incredibly attractive. That doesn't mean being loud or boastful. In fact, arrogance can be a major turnoff. True confidence is quiet and grounded. It shows in how you carry yourself, how you speak, and how you treat others. A genuine smile, steady eye contact, and open body language go a long way. Flirting isn't about proving your worth. It's about showing you know your worth. And when you believe in your own value, others are more likely to see it too. So forget perfection. Own your quirks. Lean into your strengths and stand tall. In dating and in life, confidence often makes the biggest difference. Be proud to be you. Number 3. Be a smooth talker. How you speak can be just as attractive as what you say. Vocal tone, pitch, and pacing all carry emotional weight. MIT research found that men are more attracted to women who vary their pitch while speaking. A dynamic, expressive voice signals energy, femininity, and emotional range. It keeps the listener engaged and adds charm to even the most ordinary conversation. On the flip side, women are more drawn to men who insert active listening cues like, "I see" or "right." These verbal nods show attentiveness and emotional intelligence. They also signal confidence without dominating the conversation. Flirting is a two-way street, and smooth talking means being both expressive and responsive. This kind of verbal interplay builds rhythm and chemistry. You don't need a deep voice or a sultry accent. Just use your voice with intention. Play with tone to emphasize interest or excitement. Be articulate but relaxed, and show you're really listening. Your words matter, but how they sound matters just as much. Let your voice be part of the attraction. Number 4, mirror body language. We naturally like people who are like us, and our bodies reflect that before our minds catch on. Mirroring is when you subtly copy another person's movements, posture, or gestures. It's a subconscious signal that says, "I feel in sync with you." Research shows that mirroring can boost rapport, trust, and even physical attraction. It tells the other person you're present, engaged, and emotionally connected. When someone leans in and you do too, it builds an invisible bridge between you. It's one of the oldest tricks in the psychology of nonverbal communication. For example, if your date crosses their legs, wait a moment, then do the same. If they sip their drink, you might do it shortly after. This creates a subtle sense of same energy, which makes people feel safe and understood. But don't overdo it. Obvious mimicking can feel creepy or forced. The key is to stay natural and responsive, not robotic. Also, watch if they start mirroring you. That's a powerful sign of mutual interest. Body language often speaks louder than words, so pay attention and let your body reflect your connection. Number 5. Are you a man? Growth. You've probably heard that the bad boy look can be oddly attractive, and there's some truth to it. A study from the University of British Columbia found that women rated men who looked proud or even brooding as more attractive than those who smiled. This doesn't mean you should sulk in a corner, but a serious, confident demeanor can be magnetic. Why? Because brooding suggests depth, mystery, and emotional intensity. It hints that you might have an interesting story, and people are naturally curious. In evolutionary terms, a man who appears reserved or dominant might signal strength and independence. This appeals to certain subconscious mate selection mechanisms. Smiling too much, on the other hand, can sometimes read as overly eager or submissive. Now, balance is key. You don't want to seem cold or unfriendly. Instead, aim for calm, confident body language paired with intentional eye contact. Look thoughtful, composed, and self-assured. You don't need to fake darkness. Just show you're not desperate for approval. That air of restraint might just set you apart. Sometimes less expression can say more. Number 6. Are you a woman? Smile. It may seem cliché, but science supports the power of a smile, especially for women. Smiling signals warmth, openness, and a non-threatening demeanor. In a University of British Columbia study, men consistently rated smiling women as more attractive. Why? Smiling is tied to positive traits like kindness, approachability, and even health. It's a subconscious sign of fertility and well-being. Biologically, men may associate a smile with nurturing and emotional safety. It also breaks the ice and invites conversation. Unlike physical appearance, a genuine smile can't be faked with makeup or fashion. It shows authenticity and emotional availability. Of course, no one should feel forced to smile. It should come from a place of comfort. But if you're enjoying yourself and feel confident, let that joy show. A warm smile can be more magnetic than a perfect outfit. It humanizes you and creates instant connection. Sometimes the simplest signals, like a smile, can have the most powerful impact. So if you're a woman and you want to be more approachable, a natural smile goes a long way. Number 7. Play hard to get it may sound like a game, but scarcity really does increase value. When someone is less available, we often perceive them as more desirable. Psychologically, uncertainty fuels obsession. A study published in Psychological Science found that we're more drawn to people when we're unsure if they like us back. Why? Because our brains crave closure and will keep thinking about the person until we have it. This is the same principle that makes cliffhangers so irresistible. Playing hard to get taps into this dynamic by creating a sense of mystery. It keeps the other person engaged and wondering, do they like me? But there's a fine line between intriguing and disinterested. Don't come off as cold or rude. Just show that you have standards and self-respect. Respond thoughtfully, not immediately. Be kind, but not overly eager. Scarcity signals that your time and attention are valuable, and value breeds interest. So, give just enough to keep them curious and let them do some of the chasing. Number 8. Be funny. Humor isn't just entertaining. It's a major sign of intelligence and creativity. When someone makes us laugh, our brains release dopamine, the feel-good chemical. This not only boosts our mood, but also makes us more likely to feel a connection. According to evolutionary psychologist Jeffrey Miller, humor is a fitness indicator. It suggests mental agility, emotional intelligence, and even genetic strength. Think about it. Being funny often means reading the room, thinking quickly, and using clever wordplay. That's no small feat, and your brain recognizes it as attractive. Humor also helps to lower defenses and reduce tension during social interactions. A well-timed joke can turn awkward silence into shared laughter. This shared emotional experience creates instant rapport. It tells the other person, we're on the same wavelength. Importantly, humor builds trust. It shows vulnerability and a willingness to be playful. So no, you don't need to be a stand-up comedian. But if you can make someone smile or chuckle, you're already ahead. Just keep it natural, lighthearted, and kind. Humor should lift people up, not tear them down. Number 9. Wear red. What you wear matters. And the color red might just be your secret weapon. Red is a color loaded with psychological power. It draws attention, signals dominance, and is strongly associated with desire. In multiple studies, both men and women who wore red were rated as more attractive. It's not just about fashion, it's about perception. Red naturally catches the eye and evokes strong emotional responses. Some researchers believe this stems from evolutionary biology. In the animal kingdom, red often signals fertility or readiness to mate. For example, female baboons display red skin during ovulation, subtle but powerful. Humans may not have fur, but our minds still respond to similar cues. In Western culture, red is tied to passion, seduction, and romance. Whether it's lipstick, a dress, or a tie, red adds a bold layer to your presence. It suggests confidence and sexuality without saying a word. So if you're dressing to impress, red might just help you stand out. When in doubt, add a splash of red and let the color do the flirting. Number 10. Eye contact. They say the eyes are the windows to the soul, and in flirting, they're your strongest opening line. When you lock eyes with someone, your brain immediately starts searching for signs of attraction. One key indicator: pupil dilation, a natural, involuntary reaction when we see something or someone we like. This silent feedback loop can create an intense emotional connection. Prolonged eye contact doesn't just signal interest, it builds intimacy. In fact, studies show that couples who maintain eye contact feel more connected. It creates a sense of vulnerability that deepens emotional bonds. Flirting with your eyes isn't about staring. It's about engagement and attentiveness. A quick glance can be shy. A steady gaze can feel electric. But don't overdo it. Too much can come off as aggressive. Instead, aim for warm, natural eye contact with breaks in between to keep it comfortable. Look into their eyes when you're speaking, and especially when you're listening. It shows confidence and genuine curiosity. In a noisy world, focused eye contact cuts through the chaos. So next time, try letting your eyes do the talking. And there you have it, flirting backed by real psychology, not just guesswork. Whether you're making eye contact or cracking a clever joke, it all adds up. The key is to stay genuine, confident, and aware of the signals you're sending. Remember, it's not about manipulation, it's about connection. Try a few of these strategies out and see what works best for you. Flirting is a skill, and like any skill, it gets better with practice. If you learned something new or have a favorite tip, drop it in the comments. We'd love to hear what's worked for you in the dating world. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the love. Until next time, keep it smart, keep it fun, and happy flirting.